For over 50 years, the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy has been Tennessee's premier law enforcement training leader. During that time, female officers have played key roles in Tennessee law enforcement. Women continue to have pivotal roles in law enforcement across the volunteer state. Recent female Toledo cadets and instructors shared their stories about why they chose law enforcement as a career and why they chose the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy.
This academy was designed in 1966 to accommodate male recruits, and female law enforcement officer employment was rare in the 60s. In the fourth year of the academy, our first female student appeared on the horizon and attending a specialized school as an investigative officer. Our first female recruit for basic recruit school arrived in 1971, and space was adapted due to the need to separate the genders in a total immersion training environment.
I think my story in law enforcement started back as a child. I was always that kid that was trying to help everybody else, even though I couldn't do it myself. I was trying to help someone else get through it and be the positive one in the group, and followed me into high school. I was in leadership program. I was always active in the community, trying to help others best I could. And then freshman year of college, I decided that I needed to do something bigger. So I joined the Army as a military police officer, and I served for 8 years. I got out and got a desk job and tried that for a little while, and it wasn't me. Something was missing inside of me. So I decided that I needed to become a police officer in a big city. It's what I always wanted to do, so I decided at 32 years old, this was my time, and it's the best decision I've ever made.
I had a little bit of a rocky childhood. Father left, when I was a teen, so I know the feeling of, not having positive role models. I had a good mother and grandmother, but I know a lot of kids don't have that. So I'm really excited to get in and be able to be a positive role model for the kids that don't have as good of a home life, or, that's their only place that they would have any kind of positive interaction with an adult.
I was enrolled at the University of Memphis at Lambeth, and I had a couple extra credits where I could just kind of take anything I wanted to. So I decided to take a law enforcement class, a criminal justice class, and I spent about a month in the domestic violence unit, and it just showed me a side of law enforcement that I didn't really know about, that it's more than just reactive. You can be proactive, and you can really make a difference in people's lives.
The biggest misconception is we can't do it. And I think that's just one of those challenges that's just going to take time for us to keep getting more women in law enforcement and putting ourselves out there to show them that we can do it. This is a job that any woman can do if they put their mind to it. Mentally and physically sound, you can do this job. You just got to put your heart into it.
We still deal with the same life challenges and the same day-to-day issues, even though we're, doing our job on the side and having to kind of keep that separated, but we are still just like everybody else.
I'd say when I go to calls, I get a little nervous and stuff, but I'm just as ready as the men are ready. I'm not afraid to kick down a door or fight if I have to, or go toe-to-toe or anything. Every time a female officer or a male officer stops to talk to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're in trouble. We're trying to make community contact, trying to get a good rapport with people, trying to let people know that we're out there protecting them and serving their community to make it better, not to make it worse.
My years in patrol and then as a detective in Murfreesboro, it was always very rewarding to, years later, someone come up to you and say, "Thank you, because you gave me hope when I thought there was none." Now, in the position I'm in as an instructor, it's just the most incredible blessing to be a part of their journey as these cadets come in and they're beginning their law enforcement career, and to be a part of that, because it really is the most amazing job you could ever have.
I think I would want people to know that I am approachable, and that, I'll talk to anybody. And just because I'm wearing this uniform doesn't mean then that I'm not a person. I think I can relate to anybody on some level.
I didn't take this job because I just want to lock up bad guys all day and get in fights. I want to help people that need it too, the good people, people that couldn't otherwise help themselves. I want to be, on someone's worst day, I want to be that little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for them. So I think, obviously getting bad guys off the streets, wonderful, it's a great thing, it needs to be done, but I also think that helping people that need it is a huge part of this job.
I find it very exciting that there's many women in law enforcement today. Very, very capable women have always existed in the workforce, and many people ask questions about whether they can equally serve, and absolutely they can. There is no task necessary of a police officer that is a man-only task. It's just a matter of being in the right physical condition. If you have endurance and strength, with the 12 weeks we have to work with the recruits, we can get officers where they need to be. It's not an unreachable goal by any means to attend the academy.
Females are sometimes viewed as trying to do a man's job, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think that women can do anything they want to in life. The same with men. I just believe if you're truly passionate about a job and something that you love to do, then that's what you need to do in life, because as long as you're passionate about it, you'll technically never work a day in your life.
To learn more about the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, visit tn.gov/commerce.